I think my main message is that economic activities are very different in terms of their ability to provide economic growth. And over more than 500 years of history, only certain economic activities have provided wealth. And the interesting thing is that the food-producing countries have never managed to become wealthy. You know, no country not engaged in industry has ever managed to become rich. And if you look at the paradox that the larger the percentage of agriculture in a nation, the more likely it is that you will have famines. Whereas in European Union or the United States, where you have very few people in agriculture, people eat too much. So I think this insight that manufacturing industry has been the source of wealth and that manufacturing industry had to be divided between different countries, that understanding has come and gone through history. And I think now we are at a low point where we don't understand this anymore. After World War II, the Marshall Plan in Germany showed us that, you know, in order to keep the German population there, in order for not to migrate, we needed to reindustrialize Germany. And I think this is the problem. This is the problem that Europe is facing at the moment. My book was just published in Ukrainian, and my friends and colleagues in the Ukraine think that if the Ukraine becomes a member of the EU and have free trade with the EU, 10 million Ukrainians are going to have to leave the country for the EU. And I think that's a reasonable estimate, because that corresponds to what happened in Latvia. Latvia was deindustrialized and more than 20% of the population had to leave. Now we're seeing this happening in Greece, we're seeing it happening even to some extent in Italy and in Spain and Portugal. You know, this deindustrialization causes mass migrations. It's not that people don't want to migrate, but historically, if you remove industry in a country, people have to leave. And I think Europe is not aware of the mechanisms that are being put into motion at the moment.